Hey guys, it's your boy back again, and we're breaking down the AFC North again. Our last team, Pittsburgh's ranks number one. They've earned that number one spot, through what they've done there, and their ratings show it as well. So we're taking a look at the quarterbacks to start it off. You obviously have Big Ben, who's getting up there in age though, but as of right now, I think he'll last about 2 to 3 years in Madden cycle before he starts regressing hard. But in those 2 to 3 years, he's still going to be elite, but definitely look to be upgrading that position because you're going to want to have, some depth there in case something goes down where he starts regressing massively or something like that. They did draft Mason Rudolph, so he might be able to fit. I'm going to put their quarterbacks at a positive just because they do have Big Ben and he is an elite quarterback still in the NFL. All right, let's move on. Taking a look at the running back position, if you know what I'm saying. They don't have a lot of depth here, but do they need depth? I mean, they got Le'Veon Bell, and he is the best of the best, all-around running back in the NFL. Such a unique style he brings. I really hope you can use his kind of style in Madden. It sounds like you can, like where you can cut before you start running behind the line of scrimmage, so that should be fun to see how they use Le'Veon Bell at that. But back to the ratings. He's got a good rating, 96. I think they probably robbed him of the 99 overall, if I'm being honest here. He should have got a 99 overall. He can catch the ball. He lines up in the slot a lot. He's got nasty moves, one of the nastiest stiff arms I've ever seen. And he plays almost every down. I mean, he has no downs off, really. That's why they don't need depth there, because he's in. I mean, he's just playing every snap. He's there, and he's just punishing defenses. And I'm pretty sure they gave him a good stamina rating too, which should be good. But yeah, no negatives about the running back, Le'Veon Bell. What can you say? You are going to have, though, a massive contract. Keep that in mind, though. You are going to have to re-sign him probably to a massive deal if you play with Pittsburgh. The second year, it's gonna have to be a massive one probably, or you could just franchise tag him and do him dirty like that. But don't do him dirty like that. Just give him that freaking money. Just do it. And let's move on to the next position. All right, taking a look at wide receivers here. You obviously have the one, the only Antonio Brown, the elite of the elite. He gets it done every year. He's got very good ratings, 99 overall. He shouldn't regress that tough because last year in Madden 18, older players didn't lose speed that rapidly. There was a cap, so it would be like a cap of 90 speed. So if it's like that, you'll be able to use Antonio Brown for 5 to 6 years. It's gonna be nasty. All right. Then you got Juju Smith-Schuster, the emerging rookie up there in Pittsburgh. He's got an 80 overall. He's definitely gonna be your number 2 receiver. He's got some good route running for short, medium, and deep. His release is decent, and his catching in traffic and stuff is decent. You should be able to upgrade him to once Antonio Brown goes. He could possibly be the next one there in Pittsburgh. So altogether, their wide receiving core is good. Looking at their tight ends, they got Vance McDonald, who had a pretty good year last year. Kind of robbed him of the Super Bowl, if I'm going to be honest here. That play where they said he fumbled, But it is what it is, especially in a game of that magnitude, though. That's rough. But, yeah, altogether, positives there. Maybe you need a slot guy for wide receiver. That's the only position I could see for wide receiver, a slot guy. And then you should be good there for a while. Let's move on to the next position. Now taking a look at the offensive line, your left tackle is definitely going to be serviceable, but I would still look to upgrade that because none of his ratings are just going to blow your socks off. Guard probably is going to need to replace. Your center, it says he's an 85 overall, but he is up there in age. So, I mean, he might be able to last and also be serviceable, but your real elite offensive linemen are going to be your right guard and right tackle. Your left guard is sort of like Eric Fisher for Kansas City. He's not going to blow your socks off, but he's an average left tackle. I mean, he's decent. Then you got your left guard, who isn't the best. And then you got your center, who, as of right now, they say he's got some pretty good ratings. So, really, I would be concerned about left guard and left tackle because your right guard and right tackle are definitely the elite offensive linemen you have on your team. Now looking at Pittsburgh's defensive line, I mean, they're starting to turn into a pretty good defensive line. You have Cameron Hayward, or it's either Casey Hayward or Cameron Hayward, but he is starting to turn into a elite pass rusher. And then you have Stephon Tuitt, who has a nasty finesse move rating. Your defensive tackle's an 80 overall, so he should be able to last, especially since you're just running a 3-4. So that should be good for you. So defensive line, I shouldn't see any upgrades you would need in the near future. Maybe just a little depth there, but other than that, I mean, Cameron Hayward's nasty. Stephon Tuitt is real good. So yeah, that's no upgrades for a while for them, and they should last you a few years in your rebuild. Now looking at the linebacking position, you have your left outside linebacker is definitely not good. It's going to be your weakest linebacking position. I mean, a 72 overall at left outside linebacker is not good, especially since Pittsburgh runs a 3-4. You're going to want to get a good pass rusher for your left outside linebacker and definitely replace him. Middle linebacker, you know, it's sad that Ryan Shazier went down. He'll definitely return in Madden, but in real life, hopefully he can return. Definitely one of the sadder injuries of last year, but he probably won't be there your first year because I think they're going to have him injured. I would guess probably, yeah, they were going to have him injured. Your other two middle linebackers aren't great, so I would definitely look for when Ryan Shazier is healthy to get a number 2 speed linebacker and then just have a nasty, fast middle linebacking core. Then right outside linebacker, you have TJ Watt, who really emerged last year. I mean, he didn't win defensive rookie or anything like that, but he was just a good overall player. He could play some zone, get pressure on the quarterback, just make heads-up plays. He's got some good ratings, 80 finesse move, good speed. So I think he's going to be good and will develop into an elite right outside linebacker for you. And now looking at the cornerback position, I mean, you have Joe Hayden, and they're giving him an 85 overall, but he's getting up there in age. Cornerback's really been a struggle for Pittsburgh for years. They just can't seem to get that position down. That's really the big position of concern I would rely on, because even though Joe Hayden's an 85, he'll get burnt by those speedsters in that division like AJ Green. I mean, you'll get burnt by John Ross maybe if he lines up against him with speed. Like, speed is what his weakness is going to be. Then Crabtree might give him some problems. Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, Corey Coleman. That division's going to have some elite wide receivers now, so you're going to need some speed. You can't just rely on good man coverage and stuff. You're going to need some speed at that cornerback position, so that's definitely going to be a position of concern if you pick Pittsburgh, so definitely look to upgrade the cornerback position. Taking a look at your safeties, your free safety position is definitely going to be a concern, to be honest. And you look at strong safety, Morgan Burnett, they signed from Green Bay. He's going to be a good player. Then you have Terrell Edmonds. And I mean, his brother Tremaine Edmonds is nasty. So they're just physical freaks, those guys are. So what my recommendation would be to keep Morgan Burnett at strong safety and move Terrell Edmonds to free safety. And then you'll just have a freak of nature hitting guys over the middle, because they are just built differently. If you look at them, I mean, they're nasty, all right? They're just nasty with it. They're getting that work in, and if you can just bring up their intangibles a little bit, you know, they're going to be monsters in the league. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, let me know what you think in the comments, and maybe hit that sub button if you're feeling frisky. But Pittsburgh's going to be the number 1 AFC North team, so probably no surprise to anybody. Next, we will be moving on to the NFC West, and we'll be starting with, you know, I'm not going to tell you which team, but that's going to be a surprise. You'll see the team that comes out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.